Hello, Terry here, and today we are going to play Wolf's Rule. So, this is a visual novel, I think submitted for NaNoReno, I don't know. And, it has a pretty interesting aesthetic, so you will see it for yourself. And also a very interesting theme to be picked up as a story, because I already checked it a little bit. Even more, I actually already recorded a little bit, but I decided to re-record because the quality seems kind of bad. But I still haven't finished the game yet. That's the good news. And also, have I mentioned it yet? It's the alpha version 0.2, so that's why there's no sound, and that's why hit the music. Okay, enough talk, let's begin, shall we? Ah, there you go, look at that. It reminds me of the Monster Hunter art. I don't remember. I don't play Monster Hunter actually. Yeah, it reminds me of some kind of game aesthetic, which looks nice. Why do we need to look like wolves? I asked everyone one day. Because they are powerful, everyone answered. They once ruled over the weak, and so shall we. By the way, if you noticed, some of the wolves have bow tie. Look at that, that's so cute. Why do we have to wear bows and crowns? I asked everyone. To tell if you're male or female, of course. Male wear crowns like our Alpha did, for they are crafting themselves in his image, and they need to find a bow to have a child with. You need a crown and a bow to create a child, everyone answered. But what if I don't want to wear the bow? What if I wanted a crown or neither? And what if I don't want a child? I cried. Everyone laughed. A child is a blessing, a fantastic and hold responsibility for all bows. And I was saying bows like this makes me think of BOW, the bioweapon stuff in Resident Evil. You give your life to him or her like how you give your life to your flame, like how your flame will give his life to you, like how we give our lives to our alpha. And for a bow to wear a crown is to betray his blessing of you living under his light. If you don't give yourself to this blessing he has given you, then you are an ingrate for what? Ingrate, God. For wasting the gift our Alpha has given you, existence. How could you, after everything he has done for you? His path is always the path you are destined to walk down, and there is no way to change it. I don't want to exist on a path I'll never be happy on if that's how I'll always exist. Then maybe I shouldn't exist. I never say. Here we will always look after each other and love you with one single condition. So long as you keep wearing the wolf's wool he has given to all of us, they answered. Always look and act like us, never stray from our alpha's light, and you will always be happy with us. Hey, I mean, I don't need you to be happy, do I? I just can be happy on my own. Okay, I lied. Yeah, yeah. You are okay, everyone replied. I replied, I'm okay. No? Nope. I cannot do that. I hope I am. I hope I am. Okay. Then what? I have been told of how life is a number of steps taken towards a destination. Where that is, you won't know. Or maybe you do know. Who knows? After all, I've also been told that the destination and the path to it could be life-threatening, so it's best not to stray far from where you are guaranteed safety. Guaranteed safety, eh? And besides, any footprints will always be wiped away with our wolf wool dragging behind us. That's okay because we live in the bright lands always, never straying from our Alpha's eternal sun. So we don't need the footprints or the destination. Those steps always seem too dark under the light anyways. That's what everyone always said, at least. Nobody knows when our way of living started. One day, our god Alpha stitched himself together from several different god and obsolete power and gods, just like the eternal sun he crafted into his own image, just like the wolf's wool that protects us. That sounds poggers. He said he always loved the light, for it makes him want to work tirelessly for us, like we will always do for him. But I wonder sometimes, did wolves always look like this? I could have sworn they looked really different in the old books I've read, but everyone swears that this is correct. Was there a different sun before our eternal sun? Everyone swears that there has always been this one sun, but I think it looked different before he put it there. At least, that's what some old book says. But what do those books know? Yeah, I mean, what do an old Greek know? But there are many things I don't know either. I don't know why my name is uncomfortable. I don't know why this protective wool is uncomfortable. I don't know why the comfort everyone told me to believe in, that everyone told me would make me happy, doesn't make me comfortable or happy. Well, it's simple. You don't know. Okay, so you don't know why your name is uncomfortable, right? Pretty simple. It's because it is uncomfortable. But that's right. It's that simple. Yet you just couldn't let it go, aren't you? I also don't know why I like to dance. I do know why I don't dance though. Everyone has told me how much of a time waster it is and that I look too stupid when I try. So I don't anymore. I mean, who cares? Who cares that you look cringy, stupid, or stuff like that? Live your life happily, right? But is it that easy? That's the question. Are you strong enough to abandon the the society, the family that you have been living for so long? Are you strong enough to do that? Well, that's why there needs to be a structure that makes it easier for people to pass by, to help people release themselves. I don't know who I am, I don't know who everyone is, and because of this, maybe everyone doesn't know who everyone is either. Who is everyone? What is everyone? Am I everyone? Oh, I think I am. I look into the mirror and see the wolf's wool that everyone's wear reflecting back to me. The protection that's helped me survive in the bright land for this long. And seeing the reflection looking back at me, the reflection that I think looks like me, the way it reflects right from the window and into my eyes makes me feel happy? Happy? Wait, no, that's not the tone. Happy. Happy? Happy! But of course not, I don't know. No, I'm not. Hi. Happy? Oh. But in the times I move my body doing respectable works, everyone laughs, pains, and hackers, internal and out, blossom on my back like my worries. It makes it harder to step and dance when nobody is watching, and it makes it harder to do anything I love or hated to do. Why does it hurt? It shouldn't hurt. I sleep like normal like I typically do, but are my bad habits starting to tear me apart? I needed to tire my questioning mind with scenarios I'll never see, and I embrace my wolf wool to give my arms something to do so I don't sleep on them. I've also been sleeping longer than I should, and on waking up, I still feel tired. Have these actions been wrong for the longest time, and my shoulder blades are just now telling me? Yeah, you think? I'm pretty sure, your body is pretty easy to trick, like, ooh, shiny stuff, I should totally buy that, like, impulse stuff. Oh god, I'm already full, I cannot eat anymore, and suddenly someone brought ice cream and you like, oh god, ice cream, and then you can eat more. Yeah, your body is pretty easy to trick, but at the basic level, it capable of telling you whether something is wrong. Like when you're feeling tired. When your body feels tired and your mind feels tired. I'm pretty sure that there's something wrong. And it's both of my shoulder blades that hurt, not just one. Perhaps I toss and turn in my sleep. I don't know if I do, but I do sometimes find my wool staring at me from the ground. So I guess I do move around sometimes. Or maybe it isn't when I sleep, but what I do every day. Oh, that's good. Maybe I should stop hunching over my old books. Maybe I should find a better position to relax in. Maybe I should stop dancing. Maybe I'm sitting in my chair wrong. Maybe I should be straighter when I work. Or maybe, rather than looking at your own fault, let's say, your own mistake, is it me? Like, questioning yourself, is it me? Am I the one that is causing this? Or one of my habit is making this? That's not the answer question, because that habit you're doing, the stuff like you're playing your phone too much, yeah, stuff like that, or you're playing game too much, then you stop playing game. Does it solve the problem? No, because deep down you know that there's something even bigger than those kind of stuff, a bigger problem that is in the structure of society itself, like this one, isn't it? You're either a bow or a crown. And if you're a bow, you're a baby maker. And if you're a crown, you're a spitting image of him, the greatest. Isn't that just wonderful? It sounds wonderful, isn't it? But, that doesn't consider the people who are sick. What if you're sick? What if you're dead? Aren't you? Doesn't matter at all. What if you just, want to do something else in life? Want to live another life? Does that make you not living? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I'll get better throughout the days. I'll doubt that. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I'll get better throughout the days. Oh yeah. I say this every time I fall asleep, and then after waking up one day, like every eternal day, I find my shoulder blades in pain and my wool on the ground like always. When I pulled up my wool, however, I noticed all the rip and tears being pulled open by time and wear. How long was it like this? Did my wool always look like this? But I never saw anyone else wool like this, I think. So when I awakened for the new or same day, I'm not quite sure which it is, I asked everyone about my wool. And everyone laughed. How silly. You're joking, the wool is not that weak. If it is falling apart, then you're not taking or... Okay. Stop gaslighting me. How incredible for you to destroy something that our Alpha has so graciously given you. Wait, does that mean I have the power? Oh my god, I'm so incredible. But I did take care of it. I never argued. You could also say like, wow, I'm so amazing that I could do that. Destroy it. I take care of it like you always said I should. If that's the case, is there something wrong with me? Instead, I laugh along with them. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Which one? This one. I don't know if are the choice making impact here. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I'll get better throughout the day. That's what you like to tell yourself, anyways. Palm fluttering the heart and the mind, and hopefully never on your body. And before you realize, you soon come across another bump, and soon you launch forward before you realize you are falling towards your shadow. Okay. And soon you... Okay, I thought it was loading. The text is just too great. And soon you collide with that shadow shattering your body. And soon your entire being expels in different intervals and different directions, dusting the horizon with your remains and covering it all until light cannot reach the ground any longer. And then I wake up. My shoulder blade hurts and my wool is on the ground again. I stare into the glazed eyes of the wool that had been watching me sleep for who knows how long. The eternal sun from outside makes its plastic eyes glisten like they were wet with crying. Now, I feel like crying. Is my wool the reason why everything feels so uncomfortable? Or is it my fault for letting it become dust? Maybe it's not the wool. You shouldn't blame the wool. I mean, the wool is just a wool. It's just, a wolf's head with some, what do you call it? Wool and then a bow tie. It's just clothes with a glass eye. Yeah. I don't know, and there are so many things I don't know. For example, what happens to those who lose their wool? Why haven't I seen them in the bright lands? Why don't you try it then? Do they disappear? And is that every disappearance what everyone calls death? I have only read about the concept of death in old books, but nobody has ever mentioned it in my entire existence. If someone happens to leave everyone's eyes for a long period of time, then the memory of their existence fades a lot. But I remember one person. I don't know. We were friends, I think we played, I think we hugged. I think we did other things that made us laugh. But not like how everyone laughs at me. It was close to how crowns laugh at to their bows, but we both had bows. And suddenly she was gone. Nobody will acknowledge her absence no matter what I say, no matter how vivid the memory of her is. So, it's as if she was in my mind only, haunting me like an empty shroud. Will that be me? Will that be the end of where Alpha decided for me? What a shame, for I haven't been able to find my flame yet, due to being so tired from working all day each day. You see, that's kinda a problem. If the flame is the ultimate thing to find to solve it, then why make it hard to get? Why make it like this? There's something wrong. I can stay damaged like this and I can get a new wool. I also cannot get cough without wool under the light's glare. I am too scared to see what those eyes reflect back to me. So, before I go to sleep for the day with my shoulder blades in pain and with my itchy wool over my shoulder, I thought of the things I should do for comfort. I thought of the words everyone gave me before when I was distressed. No, don't. I cannot read that. You are okay, more okays than I could ever feel, less than I actually feel, sadder than blah 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 blah, and it's all scribbled. Okay. Options. I think this will be affecting our hand of the game. Which one should I pick? That one. Oh boy, I sure hope that it doesn't end bad. How nice, how wonderful. How terrifying, how awful, how the body is and how it acts. How other looks at you and how they think before knowing you. Can you say? What can you do? Defend yourself from what they may ask, because there are no stick or stones hurting you. So what is exactly hurting you? Words can never hurt, or at least that's what they all say. Yeah, if words cannot hurt, then explain to me why some politician arrest people for saying bad things to them. Yeah, that's a negative example, but you know what I mean. It's all in your head, and everyone knows that what's in your head doesn't matter. At least that's the same combination of words they like to say over and over, round and round, like walls where your feet are always getting stepped on. It's all in your head, and everyone knows that it doesn't matter, eh? Then, this concept of bow and crown, that's also in your head. Then why does it matter? So you step away from their terrible lyrics and movement, yeah? So they scream. So you cry. No, you shouldn't cry, you should scream back. So they reach, so you punch. That's the way. And so you are gone, far, far away from their prying words and into melody and silence. But words keep repeating and circling and wrapping around you, making you want to slow down. You want to stay walking, but soon you're wrapped into a cocoon with your old terror wool, basking underneath the hated sky and unforgiving sun. Baking or basking? I want to keep going, you think. I need to keep walking, you want. I don't want to end it like this, you hope to yourself. I just want to exist without any discomfort or pain or sadness. Then go for it. You know, there is this quote. It's really popular, not formula. I'm not an English speaker, sorry about that. Popular in my language. How to say it in English? Pain first, then happiness. You know, you have to go through pain before you can be happy. Me? Wow. I always think like that. I always think that, oh sure, it is logical to be in pain first, then we are happy. It is logical to sacrifice yourself so everyone can be happy. But the more you delve into the word, the more you realize that it isn't right. You know, the things such as developmentalism or capitalism or oligarchy, those kind of stuff, they sacrifice the few in the name of, you know, development, as I said before, or in the name of growth and stuff. And it seems all fine until you're the one getting sacrificed. Until you realize that there's something wrong with the society. That it isn't right to go through pain to get happiness. That's when I realized that too. Either way, yeah, that's now how I live my life. You don't need to go through pain first to get happiness. Just be happy. Because it's, you know, exploitation in disguise mostly. Just be happy for yourself. And soon what? What is it? Show me. I awakened in a room I don't recognize. I apparently was dreaming, or at least I hope that it was a dream. That's lovely. My shoulder blades still hurt, but not as much as they did before. When I rose from the cushions I've been resting on, I can feel dust and wool remnants that covered me now settling on the ground. Ah. Upon seeing the particle fall and scatter around the air, I follow my gaze down and catch the gaze of the wolf's plastic eyes. Had my wool been down there this entire time? The eyes seemed to answer with scorn, reflecting in its eye and reflecting also the cloud sky outside. Cloudy. Oh good. Do I read it as glad? Because the good and glad, sorry, but oh good, I'm glad you're awake. Before I could put my well back on, a voice tinted with laughter jolts through me. I hid my visage under the soft, comfortable blankets and looked to the source, finding a large grin beaming at me. Hello there. I'm so glad you're okay. I can't believe we found someone from the Brightlands. We rarely get people from there. Do you happen to remember me? I'm from there too. Who are you? This laughter isn't like everyone's laughter. This one made me happy for some reason. That's her. Maybe. I'm sorry, but I don't remember your name. I am, and that's okay. I have one I like better. I am Loud. Loud? It suits you well, I wanted to say, but I wasn't sure if that was rude or not. I admire their love. That's right, and what about you? What's your name? You okay? I feel the wolf eye on the ground still staring scornfully at me, and suddenly I feel like covering my entire existence in this blanket as I try to find the right words. It's okay, take your time. I mean, as long as you live, you have the entire time in the world. But then I remember everyone isn't here and the glare from the eternal sun isn't on my back. For some reason, realizing this made me whisper quietly. I'm not okay. Oh. Scratch mark. It's a lot of them. Should I click or should I wait? Okay, I should wait. Loud explained what they knew to me while I got used to living in the colorscape. Whether this was true or not, there nor anyone else who came from the bright lands could clarify, but it does make some sense after walking to some of the other people who live here. Alpha lied and manipulated everyone. Oh. He created the eternal sun to burn non-believers who took off the wool he provided. The wool protected your skin from his sun, and it was his way of controlling everyone to give him faith, which gives him power, which gives him eternal life at the expense of one's life. Everyone now works eternally and believes in his forgotten promise, and so the bright lands come to be. But who really knows, since that was a long time ago? And gods probably doesn't exist. Perhaps it wasn't an amalgamated god who stitched himself from other gods, but some rotten people at some point who messed everything up for all and generations, for all and is this the right thing? For all the generation had to pay for their consequences in order to survive in the heated landscape. Either way, the wool, the boughs, the crown, the artificial eternal sunlight, the tiring work to a forgotten and misinformed ideal was never needed in the first place. Made up ideals, made up morals, and made up values can make false god everyone can believe in, apparently. But when everyone made rules based on those ideas, when those moral and values you took to mind and soul were faulty at best, manipulation at worst, what can you do? I don't know how I did it, but many other people from the bright land who live here told me about how hard it was to escape the harsh glare of Alpha Eternal Sun when they left. Oh? So, was that what happened to you? I asked aloud while we did our walk at this time of day called night. They laughed in response, making me smile even if they can't see my face. Yup, I'm sure you know all too well, but living there and living under bows and crowns is so suffocating. Took a while to get away from them, but I did, and you did too. I looked to the sky, the clouds still swirling around like they did when I first woke up. It was calming, unlike the harsh light at home, or I guess, what used to be home. Yeah, I did. It's just I never thought it was possible to live without a wool, or at least with different covers and different names that was given to you. Well, they never gave us any other possibility. I never thought I could like my smell in my own body until I ditched the wool and came here. They suddenly look at me, the warmth and light from the homes in the landscape flickering in their excited eyes like sparks. Hey, was there a specific moment where you decided to say, "Freak this shit, I'm out"? What led up to that moment? Every person I talked to had a story to tell, and they are always interesting though. They pointed the worn wool still on my shoulders. I'm curious why you're still wearing that thing. You know you don't need to, right? I like to see what you look without a cloak. Wait, what did they just say? Did I hear that right? Are they flirting with me or being nice? Because that means something really specific and It's okay. Calm down. It's just human interaction. Wherever they are flirting with you or wherever they are being nice, it doesn't matter. Just go with the what do you call it? Flow? Yeah. Just go with the flow. And you'll find out later. Oh shit, what the frick do I say back? Cannot see where. I think our main character cannot say anything. Oh, while we are discussing freedom here, you may notice that I don't say any of this curse word in my video. Oh, I do say it a lot back then, because freedom of speech. Then I realized that wait, freedom is much more wider than that. Freedom is making my own style, and my style is to be like this, I'll try to hold back anger and stuff, which I've been doing a lot. So that's why I didn't say that much curse word anymore or try to censor it like freak or shriek or B word, something like that. Let's continue. Okay, oh, poor main character. You okay? I sheepishly fall silent and grab the worn out wall still covering me. I think to deflect my dumb imagination and answer their question of what made me finally leave the Brightlands. But I don't really want to think back to it or elaborate more than I liked. Still, though, did I hear them right, or am I really being stupid right now? Uh, you know, just calm yourself down and let it be. Let it go. I think Loud sensed my panic and hesitation because they laughed nervously to break the tension. My silence broke. Thank goodness they can actually see my burning face, but something about their laugh made my face more unbearably hot. Yep. I'm really sorry if I made you uncomfortable, and if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine too. You can come out of your wool whenever you feel comfortable. I don't want to force you to do something you don't like, since that's all we have really done in the Brightlands. Yep, that is freedom. Loud laughs again, probably to help dispel the awkward air. I feel bad I made the air like this, but I'm glad they are not pressuring me. Oh, don't feel bad. Really though, living there and living under bows and crown is so suffocating. Oh goody, I'm really glad you made it here. Actually, you can live with bow and crowns without suffocation. You may ask me, what? How? I mean, the society is so rigid and so be like that. I mean, if you just act like you don't care, then you can live without suffocation. Like what I did, like, oh no, the society is judging me, and blah blah blah. Who cares? Just like, wee, do stuff like that. Live your life. When I heard them call me that, my breath caught in my throat and my face felt like it's on fire. I sputtered out a response without thinking or pausing. You don't need to call me that. Good is fine. Loud pauses, probably trying to parse my jumbled sentence. Does it make you uncomfortable? I'm sorry if it does. I'll stop doing that then. Loud, come on. Don't be too much. Relax. It's a simple human interaction. You need to relax, both of you. Oh no, I feel really bad now, and I didn't actually want them to stop, so I tried to say something, anything to correct this. Oh, this. No, wait, I didn't want you to stop calling me that. My mind went blank and I feel absolutely frustrated with myself. Loud waits for a response patiently, surprisingly not mad with how I am right now, but with a gentle yet nervous smile that's encouraging me to take my time. That's good, Loud. 80 points for you. I look at the cloudy sky, hoping this swirl will help me. The more I stare at it, instead of staring at the highlighting the colorful city, I find the words I want to say, hoping they are able to get what I want across. I'm sorry, I'm still not used to hearing my new name yet, let alone a nickname. I say this, embarrassed. I've never really talked much in the Brightlands since it could be seen as a time waster, and now my lack of being able to communicate to another person, let alone the kindest person I care about. In the what? Oh, thankfully I didn't say that. Yeah, I mean, just live your life, except don't be like that person who, I forget his name, that Greek philosopher who poop on the street and fight with dogs for food. Don't be like him. Well, I mean, you don't know his circumstances, but yeah, please don't do that. Loud hums thoughtfully in the moments I'm silent and thinking about what next to say. I'll stop calling you Goody then, they said with a smile, until you get used to your new name or even if you decide on a different name. Good. Well, no, I mean, I never said you couldn't use Goody, I murmured shyly. This caused them to blink, as still smiling but very visibly confused. I elaborated further. You can still call me Goody if you want, I'm just not used to it yet, so it feels kinda weird. Yeah. Doesn't this contradict what I said earlier? I thought fearfully. Do they understand what I'm saying? Do I understand what I'm saying? Does it matter if you two understand each other that much? Not really. In this kind of interaction, what matters is that you both happy, that is. He doesn't need understanding. No, no. You need understanding, obviously, but you don't need advanced understanding to, make each other happy. You sure I don't want to call you something you don't like? They say, still trying to ensure they are not angry with me, but in fact trying to understand. Yeah, what I'm saying is, you know, you and your friend can just walk with each other and not even saying a word, just pointing at each other, and you both will laugh. You both will be happy. There's no need for advanced language structure there. There's no need for advanced way to understand each other. If quotation mark, I don't know if that is advanced or not. The concept of something advanced could be jumbled around. I mean, pointing at each other and then laughing, that could be the advanced understanding. I don't know what. But what I'm saying is, you don't need, in my own term right now, in the concept of advanced understanding that I use, you don't need those highly sophisticated things. Only if it's you, nobody else, I assure them, and I'll tell you if I want a different name, and I know you'll be fine with that. Loud smiles at me. Sounds good to me. I laugh at their joke with comfort and happiness washing over me. Loud laughs too, and we continue our way home. Home. Nice. I think this visual novel has 70,000 words. 70,000, no. 7,000. Despite this no comfort, so it should be around 1 hour. Not 20 minutes, the developer wrote it as 20 minutes. If I do a let's play, it will be an hour like this. Despite this new comfort and newfound happiness, however, I didn't want to admit it. I'm still scared to take off the wool. Relax. You can take off the wool and you also choose not to. That's okay. After all, what will these people think if they saw me for who I truly am? Not even I know what that looks like, and it's terrifying to imagine something so unknownable. But then again, am I really a part of them if I keep wearing this remnant of a society that didn't want them? Am I betraying them if I stay here with them? No, you're not. Just stop thinking about other and no, not in a bad way. I mean, just be yourself. That's all. But what does comfort actually feel like? I wanted to ask. I never felt comfortable ever in my life. So what would it be like to live life so unlike what I'm used to? But instead of asking and not wanting to bother them with my innate thug, I stay silent instead. The ache in my shoulder blade still hurt. Despite this, I actually want to move around a lot more than I used to and talk to the kind people who live here. But if I move too much, then my world will fall apart. Oh no. I've also heard what other people in the colorscape says about me. It's not many, but I've heard a few say what they think about. That I don't look like them, that I'll never be like them, that the things I went through are not enough compared to... Shut the freak up, you... Yeah, this happens in... inclusive community. I use quotation mark, there's no camera. Inclusive quotation. Yeah, you could say gatekeeping. Oh, no, you're not hurt enough to be your blah, 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 blah. Shut the freak up. I mean, we are talking about freedom, we are talking about self. We are not talking about something that we can scale with the world, with the world measurement. You're measuring something with the world measurement. I lost this much money than you, so I'm much more in suffering. I lost my mother and father, so I'm in much more suffering. In the sense of the world, yes, you are. I'll suffer less than you. But in the sense of self, me, you, your own self, my own self, I suffer the most. Here's the example that I could use to prove that. If if we are not suffering at all, that if we are not suffering the most, that everyone other than us is suffering more, then why is it possible for us to cry? Why is it possible for us to feel like there's something wrong? Because there is. Because we know that in our own self, we are the ones suffering the most. I'm just saying. There are some who are kind to my dilemma though, some even don their own shorts that they either made or edited, in many different patterns and wools I've never seen before. Some have even offered me their own cover shorts to wear on. It's so adorable. But I declined them after all. I don't know if I'm enough to wear those oh, imposter syndrome, aren't we? What if I stop liking those colors? What if I accidentally destroyed it like I did with my wool? What if you just don't care about those? It's okay, because everything will be destroyed one day. Everything, colors will change, thing will be destroyed, and thing will stop be beautiful. So that's the nature of life. So just relax and wear it. You may dislike it one day, so that's okay. Just change to another. It's destroyed. That's okay. Just change to another thing. That's how life goes. After all, I'm not like them, I think. But I'm not like everyone either. I hope. But will I ever be enough if I take this thing off? I probably won't. It's the same if I keep wearing it, but I'm too scared to take it off. And that's okay. That's the dilemma of being a being. I clutched the wool closer, it now making my skin irritated and some small... Okay, time to throw it out. Small clumps filling my lung. This discomfort is all I never had, all I've ever known, all I can actually predict. If I lose it now, the new things that will come my way could be worse than I feel right now. After all, that's how I feel right now. Hey, embrace life. Just if that things feel discomfortable, just throw it. You're afraid of something more uncomfortable will come later when you do that. Well, nah, not really. Let me tell you, alone human action without the power to change society wouldn't do much. So relax with your own life. If you're not the president or if you're not a government body, then relax, do your stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have left, but was I even happy when I was there where everyone could see me? Maybe I shouldn't have come here, but then I wouldn't have met loud and kind people who live here. Maybe you should just live your life. See where it brought you. Maybe I should take off the wool. But then my figure will always be seen, always be judged, always never enough. Maybe I shouldn't take off the wool, but then I'm always going to feel like this, look like this, so uncomfortable. Maybe I shouldn't exist. If existing is always going to be uncomfortable like this, but what does comfortable look like? If existing was always going to be awful like this, if being looked at by other people is always going to make me feel like this no matter who they are, then... Hey, are you in here? Yes, I'm here. I hear Loud's voice, but I don't move from my bed pretending to be asleep. I seems to be only comfortable when I'm here in the darkness, and I wish I can stay here for a little while longer. I know you've been feeling down. I know you've been feeling down for a while, but I'm really worried about you. Would you like to go on a walk with me? Talk it out if you want to, or not talk if you don't want to. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, Loud, that's a good thing you're doing. This is a good thing that Loud's doing, giving choice to the people. I didn't reply. Hey, I know you're awake. I know you can hear me, but well, if you don't want to join me, it will be a shame that you can see how gorgeous the near full moon is. I shifted the curious. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Oh, Loud. You're a good person. In the modern time, you can also try to convince the person by saying, hey, I hear that the ice cream has discount. If you don't, discount for 2 people. If you don't get out, we cannot get the ice cream. That's how you do it. The moon still exists? Alright, it was always sunny there and it's been really cloudy since it came. Yeah, it never was destroyed, just obscured since the sun at home was always present. The clouds have been clearing up and we can probably see it tonight. I've only seen the moon in old books, so it did intrigue me enough to sit up in bed. I thought for a bit, wondering if I should stay in the comfort of my bed or walk with Loud. but before I could do anything, they laughed shyly. If you don't want to walk, that's fine. The offer will always be there, though. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to walk with you. Huh? Sorry for what? There's nothing to apologize for. Yes, there's nothing to apologize. But Lord, come on, let it be. I know how. Who? I don't know who you. I don't know your name, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't know who you are. I don't know what are you, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that you exist. So I don't know your circumstances, but I do know how it feels like to say sorry for everything. I mean, if I don't edit my video too much, you'll see me saying sorry every time I make a mistake. What I'm saying is just let it be loud. Sure, there's nothing to apologize for you, but for me there's something to apologize. Well, for, I guess, taking so long to do anything. What matters is loud. Wait, I'm adding an addition. What matters is loud is that I don't feel burdened by the guilt of my sorriness every time I do something minor mistake. That's the matter. When I'm saying sorry, that's how I cope with myself, and that's a good thing. So relax. Everyone said I talk much, so I want to think about what to do or say. They sat down next to me and placed their hands atop of one of mine that was crushing the burnt wool, smiling and chuckling. That's funny because I don't think you talk enough. Shame on them for making you feel like that about yourself, because I like to hear more from you. I smiled under the cloak, unsure of what to say, loosening my grip on the wolf's wool enough to hold their hand. Oh. Now what? It's blue. This game has a long transition thing. I have heard of how the moon is a harmonious suggestion in books of time past. Whether it's present or new, the suggestion of light always seems to come through and hit the earth before the eternal sunshine at home. The words then suggested that if it didn't exist, then the world wouldn't have some semblance of harmony. However, that's all the thing I know about the moon's changing. I don't know much of it after all. Nobody really did, since to us it had been gone for hundreds of years. Even then, everything I could say about it isn't original, since everyone then has seen it and has said all they can. I'm sure what I just stated has been stated before. Could be true. Something you stated could have been stated before, but the nature of human. Oh wait, this isn't human. The nature of being is that being is forgetful. So sometimes what you're doing, even though it seems like it has been done before, it's still good because it reminds us of the past. It connects us with the thing that we have lost connection for, like this one. But it is stunning to finally see it in its non-round form. Loud and I walk around the colorlands while glancing at it and each other as we walk to a high hill overlooking the place we live at. Sitting here, we stare at it, silent in thought and spoken word. Even under the uncomfortable wool, this is the most comfortable, peaceful silence I have ever experienced in my life. After some time watching it rise higher and seemingly shrink and change color, Louds turned to me to distill the silence. You know, there's going to be a dance soon. It will be when the moon gets full. Oh yeah, I've heard other talks about it and even saw some ask their partners to it. It sounds nice. I've never been to a dance before. Really? Even in Brightlands? I thought they frequently had dances or some excuse of a celebration. No, it's time wasting. Yeah, they did. I was too busy. Oh, you're the one that was too busy, okay. To do anything outside work, and going to those events always made me nervous anyway. Usually those dances were for crowns to find their bows, but after attending a few and hearing how everyone talked about my dancing, I didn't want to attend one ever again. Oh, poor you. Yeah, I didn't want to attend those kind of thing again, you know. Me too. I feel like my dance is bad. But even though I don't want to attend those kind of thing, when you're challenging me to dance, saying my dance is bad like that, ho, you're sure getting on my nerve. I won't dance to freak out. I'm just saying. What about this one? Do you want to go? I think for a moment and wanted to say yes since I am curious as to how different this one is compared to the ones I'm used to. But the wool prickling at my back made me remember the words of the few who live in here. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, nobody asked me to do dance and I'm not a good dancer anyways. Huh, someone about to ask you. They sighed a breath of relief. Relief for what? Well, want to practice dancing with me? I'll be your partner. I nearly jumped out of my wool in hearing that. Wait, huh? What? Why? They smiled their big, beautiful smile. And not wanting to look like an idiot, I stared directly at the moon instead. Because I want to practice dancing with you. Yeah, just because. You know, I have a joke concept. You know the Immanuel Kant critic of pure reason? I have a joke concept called critic of no reason. That's just live your life. What I've been saying for all this time in the game is that you don't need reason. Every time you do stuff, you like, wait, does it hurt? Does it probably hurt their feeling? Does it probably considered as flirt? Does it blah 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 like that? It's all you seeking for a reason. Of course, I'm not saying that reason is bad or stuff like that. If you're hurting people, then it's probably bad. You shouldn't do that. But what I'm saying is, on most of the things in life, you don't need reason, and that's actually how we human evolve. We are being lazy with stuff. That's the proof that we actually doesn't evolve to use reason in everything we do, unless it's something important. And like, live your life just because. Why do you want to dance? You don't need reason to why you need to dance. Just dance. Me? Why me? There's a lot of people here who would love to dance with you. Because I want to practice dancing with you. But I don't know how to dance. I'll probably step on your feet and hurt you. Loud laughs. I'm pretty sure you want to kill me. If you do, well, I'll be glad I died because I was dancing. Oh, you're a flirt. But it will be hard to dance with my wool. For you, mean you have to deal with it too. I'll figure out a way. I can't. It will work out, you'll see. But what if it doesn't work out? What if I make a fool out of myself? They frowned at me, concerned. What if you make a fool out of yourself? What would happen then? I stayed silent, thinking of the multiple possibilities and multiple eyes leering at me, wondering why I can do anything right to their expectation, how much of an outsider I am, or of how putrid and ugly my wool is. How I don't look like them, and might never look like them, but what do I even look? You don't actually know what will happen, they answered, breaking me out of the spiral and back into the moonlight. Yep, that's what I'm saying. You don't need reason for anything. You don't need to think much about stuff in your daily life. You don't know if it won't work out, but you also don't know if it will work out. Yep. So just do it. Just live your life. Just enjoy it. Just go with the flow. I can refute what they are saying, but I don't know what to say. There's many things I could say, such as how much I appreciate how gentle and kind they are with my indecisiveness. Considering how much time they wasted on me and my insecurities. No, there is no time wasted. But the only thing I managed to utter was a very small, I'm sorry. Time is only wasted when you're working. You see how time is something. Time isn't wasted like then, but when we are starting to be obvious, not obvious. Ambitious, then time starts to becoming a commodity, and time can be wasted. But when we are not working or stuff, time is our own. There's no time wasted. Sorry for what? There's nothing to apologize for. Or being dumb, I guess. They sat down next to me and placed their hands on top of one of mine that was clutching the wool, smiling and chuckling. Don't worry, I'm pretty freaking stupid too. I also dance pretty stupid too, so we could just look like fools together if you're still nervous. I laugh and they laugh. I laugh harder and they do too, making me laugh hard enough tears fall out of my eyes. I loosen my grip on the wolf's wool enough to hold their hand. And with my hand and my entire body now preoccupied with something else than keeping it together, the wool finally fell from my shoulder with a dusty little thump. We stopped laughing out of surprise, unsure what to do. But I was surprised at several things at the moment. My shoulder blades no longer hurt, the moonlight air tastes so sweet, sweeter than I ever imagined. Was that because of the laughter we filled the air with, or because the dust from the wool is settling? We stare at it, the wolf's eyes staring up at the moon. Glancing at the wolf's glittering glass eye, I suddenly get ideas of what to finally do with it. Dance on the wool, dance with the wool, dance with my partner. Ah, three endings, so that's what it means. Yeah, I love this. Instead of going into one direction, it gives us the choice of the freedom we want to be. I love it. Dance on the wool, dance with the wool. You know what? Dance on the wool for this one. My movement almost felt dreamlike, or perhaps I was in a dream. But either way, I realized how much I've always wanted to do this. And if I happen to wake up, I will make this my reality. Because seeing the thing you used to be wither into nothing woke something within you. Soon you have taken your first step, and seeing the dust beneath your feet glitter and sparkle like never before made you want to see it move more. So you begin kicking, so you begin jumping, and so you begin spinning, dragging into a brand new song and dance that makes you elated to see it become a part of the ground. It spreads the more you dance, the more you smile, the more you laugh, and happiness within that dust scatters all about like a newly cleaned room. This seems like what you needed. Now that you're not burdened by anything anymore, the dust begins to dance with you. Your partner smiles, happy to see you like this. Until coughing under the sun, stardust, and moon force you to stop and breathe for a moment. In our bodies, there are lives not only us, but the other things that affects our reality. Perhaps there is only blood and pain, beneath our skin, but there's more beneath each body part than you think there is. Yes, it is. In your throat, right where your heart is a voice. Throughout the years, it changes and shifts, vibrating and never truly staying still for all the breaths you take and you give. When you say something, it stretches and elongates and shortens and contracts, making all kinds of sound that tone throughout. What is it you want to say? What is it you want to speak? To whom do you direct your precious air that you have limited amount of? Somewhere near your heart, you can feel an answer rise each and every time you try. In different occasion, in different context, in different shape and forms. What about the sound that feels wrong? When they come from your throat and into the air, it smelled wrong, and everyone around you could smell it as well. Sometimes you couldn't smell it but recognize I cannot read that. And when those awful smelling sounds come out, or how do you clear the air? Or do you keep the atmosphere like that? Or do other people thrive in that kind of air, like oxygen and nitrogen and all the gases that make us live despite poisoning us as well? That poison you speak never truly fades, for all of the scar that the acid creates may last a lifetime. Even after the air gets better, even after learning to stretch your vocal cords a certain correct way, even after all the apologies and the actions. Almost as if gods reside in your throat, people will carry those words you say until their graves. Until your grave, even when your grave is affixed with admiration for an eternity that will never know who you are. What are you doing? What do you need to do? Alright, you've been wasting time here. Your partners told you worried, you need to get up, you told yourself and keep walking with them. And so I did, leaving behind the footprints in the dusty landscape. Okay. There they go. Lovely. Wolf's Wall. It's a short visual novel, 1 hour. Actually, there's a shorter visual novel, but yeah, it's still considered short. So that's all for Wolf Wall. As I said, it's story bringing the theme of, how society looks like. Yeah, I'm not good with words. And I'm okay with that. I'll live my own life. If someday I want to learn more, that's okay. If I don't want to learn more, that's okay too. Just live your life. So I guess that's all for Wolf's Wall. I hope you enjoy it. See you later then in my next video. Bye bye.